This happened last year in September during Hurricane Ian. Haven't told anyone about it. Scared of being called a schizo. But here goes. Be me. Live in Bonita Springs, FL. Crazy fucking hurricane hits, Hurricane Ian. Storm stalls off the coast, causing insane storm surge. Lasts hours, non-stop flooding. Coast absolutely fucked. Hundreds missing, presumed dead. Luck out, live a few miles inland, no damage. Next day, eerily calm and even sunny. Drive around surveying the damage. Absolutely apocalyptic. Boats stranded in the roads. Debris everywhere. Power lines down everywhere. Houses completely destroyed. Numerous roads closed. Crestfallen faces fucking everywhere. It was like being in a disaster movie. Around this time word started spreading among the community. You loot, we shoot. Signs pop up everywhere. Everyone is down to protect the community from the vultures. Night after the hurricane, drive down toward Bonita Beach. Packing my Canik TP9 SFX and a flashlight. Looking for troublemakers. Road closed, so have to turn off. Park in a parking lot where there is a boat stuck in a tree. 6 feet up in a fucking tree. Get out and start walking down Bonita Beach Road. Walking past a few destroyed restaurants, one had a bar. Hear loud shuffling sounds in one of the building. You loot, we shoot. Here we go. Hopped up on coffee, run up to one of the restaurants where the sound is coming from. Smell something fucking horrendous. Figured it was dead fish and rotting food, the water had swept through the restaurant after all. Dark as fuck, still no power so no street lights. Only light is the flashlight. Shuffling sound gets louder and louder, someone walking around in the bar. Walk in, sound stops. Walk to the bar, see dozens of broken bottles of booze. Smell keeps getting worse, still don't see any fish though. Loud bang a couple feet behind me. Spin around fast as fuck pointing gun, realizing I fucked up trying to be a hero. Happened to me a few weeks ago. Be me, deckhand on a Great Lakes cargo freighter. We're loading cargo in Canada, place on an island called Bruce Mines. Me and one of the engineers are off work. Engineer is planning on getting off the boat and walking to the bar in town. I went to ask the mate if I could go with. As a deckhand I was always on call in case they needed me. Mate says I can go but I need to be back by 2 a.m. since we'll be done loading an hour or two after that and leaving. Fuck highs.png. Me and engineer get on the dock and walk towards town. Dock security guy waves to us as we exit the gates. 20 or so minute walk to bar. Once there we have a few drinks. At midnight we decide to head back. Once we're at the security gate we see the guard arguing with someone. Our mate was there too. The guard is saying that he can't let the stranger on the dock without his credentials. As we get closer I notice the stranger has the same hair as me. Engineer asks what the hell is going on. Mate and security guard look at us and their faces go pale. Stranger isn't paying us any mind, he keeps saying he needs to get in the dock, can't get a good look of his face. The security guard runs to his guard shack and pulls out a rifle. He points it at the stranger and fires at the ground around them. The stranger runs off into the woods. As he's running I catch a glimpse of his face. It looks exactly like me, just slightly off, can't pin my finger on it. Guard and mate hurry us through the gate. We show then our credentials. Mate and us to go back to the boat, the guard to his shack. No one says anything. Not at the time or after. Mate doesn't say a thing at all. Engineer says it was a junkie or drops it at that. Company stops scheduling Bruce Mines loads. I'd what the fuck the doppelganger was or why the area would have that. I'm not familiar with Canada. Be me. Girl invites me to her place. We're in her room. Suddenly she starts crying. Monkas.png. I try to calm her down. She gets up, hugs me, throws me on her bed. Starts cuddling me. I hug her back and close my eyes. Wake up in my bed. For 1 second I'm happy about the good dream. But then I realize. Just a dream. Sag.png. Be me. 9 years old or something, seeing family and friends. On the laptop at night on a sofa just watching YouTube videos. Hear door open and some movement, probs my granddad taking a shit. Just browsing now, trying to keep a little bit quiet. Hear the voice of my dad whisper my name right in my ear. Hear it perfectly despite wearing headphones. Twist around in pure panic. Nothing there. Hear something coming from what sounds like a window in another room immediately after turning around. Nobody was even by the toilets. Turn off the laptop. Can't even sleep. The fuck did I encounter, guys? I've been thinking about it constantly and I can't clear my mind from the memory. Be me a decade ago. 16 years old. Walk to small neighborhood playground. Rest on swing set for a few minutes. Sun going down, better head home now to be there before dark. Walking across small field from park to street home. Suddenly waking up to screaming in my ears? Oh, it's just my shitty emo music. But wait, WTF, I'm lying on my back in the field. Not dark yet but sun low enough I won't be home by the time it is. Walk home. Forget about experience for almost the entire decade. Remember last year? Not sure what the fuck that was all about. I was walking forward but woke up on my back. Pretty sure I would have fallen forward if I passed out. Couldn't have been out for long considering the positions of the sun, but certainly my weirdest walk ever by a long shot. Be me. Had interactions with reptilians since I was a toddler. Sometimes they scared the shit out of me for fun. Always thought I was a schizo or had an overactive imagination because I had a lot of paranormal events through my life and the ability to see and perceive entities or the flow of space and time. I could have been a shaman in other times. Nowadays I just would be institutionalized. Pandemic strikes. I have lucid dreams of other people with the same abilities as mine gathering. Between them I know a little girl who is dying from COVID and we often hang out in the dream world. She is a lovely piece of sunshine, always smiling and treating me as her big bro. One day in the dream we are in a sofa watching TV and eating oatmeal in a safe space. It looks like a living room if you omit the weird scenery outside you always see in dreams. I start to have intrusive thoughts of molesting her. Ralph. I realize something is trying to invade my head. Suddenly the TV screen shows a red-sided screen. She seems to not notice it. It shows a white labyrinth under our dream house. There are two lizardmen camouflaged in the same color walking close to the walls. At that time I didn't know what a reptilian was. I thought at first they were demons, but I could see their intentions: take away the girl, rape and then eat her alive. The leader had curved horns and the other was more or less the same height, 7 feet. They were touching the walls as they walked, looking for an entrance to our room. I desperately closed my eyes as hard as I could to wake up and get the girl out of my dream. Fortunately succeeded. I escorted her months later to the light where the other dead people gathered to leave this plane. I have almost a book about them, excepting some they are always nasty pieces of shit. Be me. Bored and hungry with 2 other friends. Go to Carl's Jr. See bad car wreck on our way surrounded by cops and medics. Finish eating and leave. Go to the same route we saw wreck, calls curious. Not a single piece of scrap was there, everything was empty. Leave blue balled. Immediately got T-boned by a drunk driver. Guy is dead on the spot and friend is crippled. MFW, we're surrounded by cops and medics trying to save us. Be me. Be alien. Klat you uberata nikto, bitches. Travel 1.7 gigaslorges to visit primitive planet known as Earth Eta. Decide to build some buildings better than the capacity of the locals. It's impossible out of place artifact time, on a massive scale. I think I'll use rocks. Maybe stack them in a basic truncated tower. Fly 1.7 gigaslorges back to planet MXHJKLDJFGHXH. Wife, and D, says you know we have rocks here, right? My forward upper sensory cluster when? I have no forward upper sensory cluster. Initiated greentext. Be me. Be gay. Unhappy with being a faggot. I decide to visit a pet shop. But the only pet shop is 20 miles away in the city. My sister said I should just adopt from the pound. Sniff, my sister's panties just in case. Come. Anyway, get to pet ship, dude working the floor is kinda cute, femboy twink type. I heard a noise outside that sounded like gangsta rap.